This is only 500 pages, so there's 1,000 pages, which is what the original was, but now it's had a 700-page addition to it, amendment to it, and it just is getting completely out of control. Now, what do you find also buried in the box? The Constitution of the United States. 18 pages if you count the cover. And this is just not right at all. That what I want to do is bring government back to a box this size, where the Constitution covers and is over the box, and where you don't have room for 1,000-page bills on health care and what kind of light bulbs we're going to use in our house. So if any of you want to find out more about me and what I believe, I suggest you check my website, richforcongress.com, and I've got a lot of issues listed there, but why don't we go ahead and start with, well, I've still got these two questions. So before I go and switch over, what do you think should be done by government to spur economic recovery and jobs? You've heard a lot of the same things that I believe tonight. You got to cut taxes, both corporate and individual taxes. That the people need the money back so they can do things. Another crucial item is, especially for businesses of all sizes, you've got to know what the government is going to do next. And right now, with health care still hanging over everybody, and with the cap and trade and all their different crazy ideas on energy, you don't really know what's going to happen as an individual or as a company, and that's the only way you're going to be able to go ahead and see if you can expand your company is if you know what the government is doing. And right now it's completely out of control. As far as illegal immigrants, if any, should be returned to their country of origin, all of them should be returned to their country of origin. And that, I believe, can be done by a two-step process. Number one, stop providing benefits for them. And number two, give them 90 days to get out of the country. From there, you can start working on a comprehensive immigration policy to let people in who you know what they're doing, who they are, how long they're in here for. And also, we need to stop playing around with it and build the fence that was already authorized, but neither the Republicans nor the Democrats have the willpower to do it and secure our country. So with that said, I guess I'm open for questions.
Al Nienhuis, Jr. Al, where are you?
Thank you. I want to touch on what somebody else said about the amount of debt that this country has. I think they tried to focus on that. I found a piece of paper in my office the other day, back when the country was only $4 trillion of debt. If you counted off a $1,000 bill every second, it'd take you 126 years to count out $4 trillion. And I think our politicians have lost track of that a little bit. Everybody thinks we want lower taxes and a smaller government. What I want is accountability on your spending. You have a budget on what is coming in. Please comment how you would go about this.
Thank you. Basically what I do is, number one, get back to the Constitution, that there's an awful lot that we're spending money on that is not in here. And that will cut down a lot of the expenses. Number two, that you've got to be realistic in what the government can and can't do. And that is not just going to be doling out money for this, that, and the other thing, that you've got to be very realistic once you are under the frame of the Constitution as to what you can do. That I am not any scholar of the Constitution, but each congressman gets to hire 14 staff members, and I make the promise that the first staff member I hire will be a constitutional expert And if I need a second one, I'll hire that too, so that we can be sure that everything we're doing is legal and under the Constitution.
Next goes to Marshall Dykstra.
Right here.
Okay.
Thank you. Libertarian.
Yep.
Well, we know that the government's out of control, and pretty much we're going to go forward, try and find some people on there that are going to stop it. We heard about, oh, we can't spend 45 billion in the country because we got strings attached to it. So if we're going to get into money coming back to the state from the federal government, well, we're going to cut the strings. So when it comes to us that we sent them, is ours again.
Well, in the first place, it shouldn't have been sent to the federal government in most cases, because there wasn't any reason except that different threats and whatnot. The federal government happens to carry the larger guns, so they collect the money. And now, like I said, the IRS wants shotguns, so I don't know what for, I don't want to find out.
Police are armed tax collectors too.
I know that, and but the biggest thing is that that we need to control the government spending on all levels. That I personally am running as a libertarian because I really didn't think we've had a very good showing of the Republicans or the Democrats, and that it's time that some independent thought went forward there, and that I think that the incoming class in 2010, there's going to be a lot of new people that are going to be elected, and they're going to be Republicans, Democrats, hopefully Libertarians also, and perhaps some other parties, Conservative Party and whatnot. And I think that we're going to have, even though we're going to be from a number of different parties, that we're going to have a lot of the same things pushing us forward, and that is